Now I'm going to explain how the business plan assignment or the mini business plan or the startup business plan assignment should be done by the students. And here I plan to explain how to do your business plan assignment along with the common mistakes done by students. So now I hope this session would be fruitful to you in order to make a good business plan in your assignment. So keeping that, I'm sharing the presentations. So I hope you all can see the presentation in your desktop or the computer. Now, first of all, we'll try to see what is a business plan. Now, very simply, a business plan elaborates the key steps in your dream business. For example, if you think about starting a business, the key steps in starting a business is explained in a business plan. Or else, sometimes there are situations where you are already employed as a senior manager in a company and you think of starting a new project in your place. So there are also sometimes in order to get the senior manager's approval, again, we have to go for this type of business plans. And if you try to discuss the importance of a business plan, we can understand the business plan importance under a few points. The number one thing is when we start a business, we have to register our business with the government body, like the divisional secretariat. So this registration, we call it BRC, stands for Business Registration Copy. Now here you see a sample copy of the BRC. So when you have to register the business with the government body or the divisional secretariat like bodies, then we have to get a BRC or the business registration copy. So in order to get this registered, we have to produce a small business plan. And secondly, if we are to attract capital, now in order to start up our business and to make it in operation, we want to raise capital and we want to attract investors. So in order to attract investors and get or raise capital, again, we have to produce a strong and attractive business plan to the investors. Otherwise, we won't be able to get any fund raised. Thirdly, to get the government authorities' approval. So other than just registering the business with the government body like divisional secretariat, sometimes we have to get approval of government bodies like this. So the district secretariat, as I said earlier, in registering your business, and we have to register with Inland Revenue Department and Labor Department, or if you are operated in a BOI zone, then we have to get registered with the Board of Investment, BOI, or at times, especially if it is production business like businesses, we have to register with Central Environmental Authority. And if you are to get bank loans, then we have to get the approval from the bank. And at times we have to register our business with the UC or the urban councils. So in all these setups, we have to produce a strong, attractive business plan. So higher the attraction. So here attraction means it's not the appearance. Here the attraction means the data and information that you furnish in your business plan. It's not only the physical attraction, right? And other than that, if you are to get top management approvals for our internal projects, so at that time also we have to produce business proposals. So here I am showing you a small example. Now this is in a tea plantation. So here there are tea plants. So instead of using polythene, in order to reduce the use of polythene, this particular plantation company has decided to use these bamboo pots. So they cut down bamboo, and from the bamboo they produce the bamboo pots, and there they plant small tea plants. So in initiating this type of projects, any estate manager can't alone do this. They have to get the approval from top management. So again, to get the approval from the top management, still they have to produce a small business plan, project plan. So they are also, we have to think about how to write a good business plan. Apart from that, to attract the attention of investors to get funds, still we need a good business plan. And as I told you earlier, in businesses, to expand the business or either to start a new business, we need to get bank loans. So in applying for business loans from banks or either other financial institutes, again, we have to produce sound business plans. And certain businesses, now think like NGOs, non-government organizations. So that type of setups especially work with foreign funds. So again, if you are to attract foreign funds for an NGO, any other project, right? Say you are going to work on children's benefit or the elders' benefit. And now you think of attracting foreign funds. So they are also, in order to start this project, you have to write a good business plan. So therefore, the business plan, writing a business plan is very important and in many things, many perspectives. So that is the importance of a business plan. So I hope you are clear about what is a business plan and its importance. And that is why CIPM has decided to include this as a module and as a assignment, because as educational professional bodies, nowadays we are trying our level best to produce future entrepreneurs. So in becoming a future entrepreneur, the number one thing is you should be able to sell your idea. So how you sell your idea is through a business plan. So without selling your idea through a business plan, it would be very hard for you to get funds, to raise capital, right, to attract investors, etc. So that is why the business plan or writing a business plan becomes very important. And that is why we have decided to include that under this module or under this diploma course. Now let's see the CIPM guideline for the business plan assignment. So you all are given an assignment. So as the assignment, you all have to prepare a small business plan. And here I am explaining the CIPM or the Chartered Institute of Personnel Management given guideline to prepare the business plan. And here the structure of your business plan report. And here you see the allocated marks. If we talk one by one, the executive summary of the report. We have allocated 10 marks. And insights and explanation of customers and the target audience, 20 marks allocated. And for explaining your opportunities, the competition and competitors, again 20 marks allocated. And in your business plan, we have to put a small financial plan, how we are going to get funds, what are the expenses predicted, what are the predicted income, etc. So for that financial plan, for explaining the financial plan, here the 10 marks allocated. And the marketing and operational plan, how we are going to market your product or service. And what are the steps in your business operation? So for that, 15 marks allocated. And people plan or human resource plan. So they are simply, we have to explain how we plan to get our employees. What are the positions? What are their duties and responsibilities? Likewise, the people plan or the human resource plan, we have allocated 15 marks. And finally, the final touch of the report, like the insights you furnish in your report, the clarity of your report, the content that you bring out in your report, and for the simplicity of your business plan, we have allocated 10 marks. So that is how the mark allocation is done for your business plan assignment. And here I have to emphasize, now if you carefully see this, the structure and the mark allocation, you see there are 7 points. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Out of these 7 points, the first 6 points. The first 6 points are the report structure. Those first 6 points belongs to the structure of the report, and the report should be produced under these headings. I'll show you the examples. In your report, there should be an executive summary. There should be some explanation about customers and target audience. There should be explanation about opportunities, competition and competitors. There should be the financial plan, marketing and operational plan, and people plan. So all these 6 points are the contents of the report, or else the report should be woven around these topics. And the last one, remember, last one, insights, clarity, content and simplicity of the plan is not the content of the report. So insights, clarity, content, simplicity of the plan should not come in your report as a topic. Why I highlight this is there were many students, there are certain students who put this one also as a heading in the report. Actually, this 10 marks is allocated for the neatness of your report, for the new insights that you bring in your report, and how simply you explain your business idea in the report. So that is the idea of allocating this 10 marks. So therefore, may I repeat, kindly do not include this one as a topic of your report. In many cases, at times you have observed certain students put this one also as a heading. Right. So I hope the structure is clear to you by now. And now let's see to discuss this structure in detail. So let's go to the first content, which is the executive summary. Remember, executive summary is the most important thing in your business report. The executive summary should include your whole story. The executive summary should include your whole story. What is your business idea? Who are your customers? Who are your competitors? What is your market? Everything in a snapshot. And remember, your executive summary should limit maximum up to one side of an A4 page, nothing more than that. Your executive summary should be limited to one side of A4 page. So I'll show you a small example. So take little time. And here's a good executive summary. As a dog enthusiast, we are at Divine Dog Boarding and Dog Care Center thoroughly believes that every single dog deserves to be loved, cared, and provided with a safe and professional environment. So, this first few sentences very clearly explain about their business thought, business idea, and what they plan to do, everything. And as I told you, may I repeat, the executive summary should be limited to one side of A4 sheet maximum, nothing more than that. And why this executive summary is so important? Why this executive summary is so important? Now just imagine you are producing your business proposal to very busy people like investors or else the top managers in a company or else to a banker, right? And remember, these people are very busy people. And initially they go through your executive summary. So if your executive summary is very attractive, if it is impressive, only these people will decide, investors like people will decide whether to go further on reading the report or whether to just put it out. So through your executive summary, you should be able to make a good flavor, good attraction to the people who read your business plan. The busiest people like investors who go through your executive summary should feel, okay, I should read more about this report. This seems something a good business idea. So if I invest some money on this business idea, also I will get some return on investment. So that feeling should be, developed in the mindset of an investor. And that is why your executive summary is so important. And as I said, it should be very short and sweet. Within one side of A4 sheet maximum, you should spell out the whole story. What is your business? Everything. So what I show you now here, what you see on that screen is some good executive summary. And I'll show you many students make very, poor executive summaries like this. I'll show you a few examples. Now, if you see this is a very poor executive summary. Now, see the topic. It says, even not the executive summary, it says the summary of the executive, which is wrong. And again, under the executive summary, there are many topics. See, overview of the accelerator tech, mission, right? And remember, the visions, missions, values, those stuff we never include under an executive summary. And here, if we go further, see, funding request. Now these are very, subheadings. So we never write very lengthy executive summaries with so many subheadings. As I told you, it should be 2-3 paragraphs, which is limited to one side of an A4 page in this type of a small business proposal. And here also another one. See, this is also very poor content. Business overview. And again, they have put vision statement under the executive summary. So this one is also a very weak or poor content. And see this one. Again, under the executive summary, the student has put the mission statement. So this is also wrong. These are not the contents of an executive summary. But if you really have a vision, mission-like thing, and if you really want to put it in your report, what you can do is have a separate topic called the business introduction. And under the business introduction, this heading, you can put these visions, missions, values, etc. Or else don't put visions, missions, values like stuff under the executive summary, which is wrong. Your executive summary is a snapshot or a summary of your whole business idea. That's all. And as I told you, may I repeat again, it should be, the executive summary should be limited to one side of an A4 page, nothing more than that. So hope you are clear about how to write an executive summary. Now here, so there's another mistake. So again, under the executive summary, they have put the core values like integrity, excellence, confidentiality, right? Core values, which should not come under the executive summary. So as I told you, if you really want to put this, then you have a separate topic called the introduction to the business. And under that, you can put visions, missions, values, etc. But not under the executive summary. So let's see whether if it is clear to you all. So hope it's okay with you. And now let's move to the second content. After the executive summary, the second content. So take little time and go through the slide what you see on the screen. So now, after the executive summary, we have to explain our customers. So when we start a business, when we think about a business, we should have a good idea about customers. We should know who are our customers. So here in your report, after the executive summary, now we should explain our customers. So here, when we talk about the customers, there can be twofold of customers, the direct customers as well as indirect customers. So I'll show you an example. Now see, the customers of the business, the same business that we discussed, the dog caring center. So take little time and we'll see who are the customers. The busy professionals who require a daycare service for their loving dogs. They are very busy professionals. When they go out, they have nowhere to keep the dog. They can't leave the dog or their pets at home. So they need a place. Now say they are going on a picnic, they are going on a trip, a tour. So these dog lovers or the pet lovers, they need some place to keep their dogs. And the dog owners who seek regular veterinary checkups and emergency care for their pets or dogs. There are owners who who seek regular veterinary checkups to check up the health of their pets, either cats or dogs. And even emergency care, right? Say their cat or dog suddenly get wounded and they want a emergency service. And professionals who frequently travel and need reliable boarding facilities for short and long time. So when they go out, they want a safe place to keep their pets, dog or cats. So likewise, in your business, you have to very carefully scan who are the customers. And then in your proposal, you should explain who are your customers. But here in the slide, I have put them as points, like 1, 2, 3, 4, like points. But when you write your business proposal or the report, make sure you take, use 3, 4 sentences, explain the customers. Now here we see it's in just point form, but when you write the actual report, make sure that you explain the customer in little detail. And here you see a very poor content. Now here is a good explanation about the customer. And here in this report, it's a very poor and wrong customer analysis. See, the primary customer segments. It just say small to medium size enterprises. And again, in a point, it says retail. And again, it's a professional services, manufacturing, health and wellness. So likewise, this report, someone has tried to explain. So they are customers. But just think, by looking at this content, can you just imagine who are the customers? So if you produce this type of a poor, content to a bank or any financial institute or to any investor, definitely they will remove it. Right? Even they won't go through your proposal. Right? Even the investors they don't get interested in just to have a glance at your report, inside your report. So therefore, make sure when you write up about your customers, when you explain about your customers, initially you can point it, that's okay, but try to explain who's the customer, right? In little detail with a kind of interest. So the person who comes to your business proposal should have a sense of interest in reading your proposal. So if you write it like this, these are my customers, no one would feel interest in reading your report. So never do this. Make a very impressive explanation about the customer. And next, evaluate the target audience. What is the target audience in this society that you are focusing on? Right. So here, the simple meaning is this. You need to identify the people who will buy from you. That is the meaning of target audience. What you do, what you operate, you are targeting at a particular segment of the society. Now here you have to answer what is the segment. Now this is a target audience. You can explain under few headings. The demographics. The demographic means you can explain the customers in terms of their age, gender, social status. For example, say you are promoting a Parker or Cross pen, which are very expensive. You are promoting a Cross pen to the lawyers. Or you are promoting a deodorant like thing for the young boys. So likewise, you can explain your target audience in demographics. Or else, sometimes if you are selling your product to another company, or if you are selling your product to another firm, then that is called the firmographics. So there you have to explain the target audience. We call it firmographics. For example, Say you are selling cleaning items or you are maintaining a cleaning service. So what are the firms that you focus on to provide your cleaning services? It may be private banks. It may be other companies, whether the large companies or small companies, whether it is garment factories. So likewise, if you do a B2B business, business to business, that means you are selling your products or services to another business. Say you are producing plastic bottles. And once you produce the plastic bottles, you produce these plastic bottles, and some of the plastic bottles you sell to the Coca-Cola company. Some of the plastic bottles you sell it to the Smack company. Likewise, what are the sizes, types of firms or other companies that you are planning to sell your product or service? That is what we mean by firmographics. So, however, likewise, you have to evaluate your target audience. Now, if I show you a few examples, now see in the previous example, the pet caring center. Demographically, they have explained their target audience like this. Our initial targeted audience comprises of working professionals, families, and senior citizens, which consist of a variety of age, ranging from 25 to 65, mainly focused into urban and suburban areas with number of pet ownership and access to such services. Right? Likewise, demographically, who are the customers that you are focusing, that you are targeting? And there's another explanation as well here in the same example. See the psychographics, that is psychological. What type of psychological people in the society that you are targeting? Right? What type of psychologists, what type of psychological people that you are targeting in your business? See, the dog lovers and enthusiasts, people who treat pets as family members and pursue top quality care for their pets. Health conscious owners, the pet owners who prioritize preventive health care and wellness for their dogs. The daily travelers, people who travel for work or leisure and need reliable boarding solutions for their pets. So likewise, this we call it psychographics. Psychologically, what they think. So based on why psychologically what they think, you are getting a market. So there are people who would like to treat their pets as one of their family members. So if there's a person who would like to treat his dog or cat just like a family member, so being a pet caring setup, you have a business there, you have an opportunity there. So that people becomes one of your targeted audience. So however, here you have to explain your target audience either by demographics, firmographics, psychographics. So likewise, there are many dimensions where you can search more even from the internet. And then you have to explain your target audience. So that is the third component of your business proposal. The next, you have to explain what are the opportunities that you are likely to get in future. What are the future opportunities that you are likely to get in future in your business? Or else we can say the business opportunities, future potentials. Now let's see few examples. If we take the same business as the example, see the opportunities. Cooperating with local pet shops and veterinary clinics, which will be useful to expand the reach. So while we are running our business, we are trying to cooperate with other veterinary clinics. So we can come into agreements. Now, for example, there's a veterinary clinic 2 kilometers ahead, but they don't have a staying place. They have no place to keep and maintain the pets. So you can have an agreement, build a relationship with that veterinary clinic, and the people or the customers who come there who want to keep their pets for a few days, you can get these customers directed to you because you have the facility to keep the pets with you. And discovering low quality pet care services in the community and take proactive steps. So at times you may find poor quality daycare centers, poor quality pet care centers are there. So you can understand them, or either you can use your service to improve those pet care services and charge some money, or else the facilities they don't have, you can offer them and earn some money, get some opportunity. So likewise, you have to thoroughly investigate the future potential chances of your business, which we call the opportunities, and you have to very carefully list down your opportunities under this section in your business plan. The next one is to understand the competition of your business. To understand the competition of your business. So I will give you little time, take little time and go through the slide. Right. Now, in many of the proposals, in many of the businesses, as a proposal evaluator, I'm working as a business proposal evaluator for certain top class companies even. So now, very frequently we see when they are asked to analyze their competitors, most of the proposals just say that is a competitor, this one is a competitor, that person is a competitor, that company is a competitor. So likewise, ad hocly, certain proposals writers, they bring about the competitors. Remember, this should not happen in a professional business plan. And there are certain management models that we use to analyze this industry competitors and industry threats. A pretty good example is this one, which we call the Michael Porter's 5-force model in analyzing the industry competition or the industry forces. Now see, the Michael Porter's 5-force model highlights 5 forces that affects a business. Suppliers or the bargaining power of the supplier affects us. For example, if you produce bread and buns, The supplier who supplies you flour, sugar, salt, etc., he has a strong bargaining power to bargain for the price of the flour, to bargain for the quantity you purchase from them, likewise. And the other one is bargaining power of the buyers. The pretty good example is the local garment factories. So most of the local garment factories, they produce their garments for the foreign buyers like Gap, Next, right? Tommy Hilfiger, Mark and Spencer, very expensive brands. And those brand owners or those buyers have a great bargaining power over our garment factories. Right? So they bargain for the quality of the products or the garments we produce. They bargain for the price. They bargain for the time, production time, lot of things. And potential entrance is the other force. So if you produce, say, plastic bags, what are the other potential entrants? There's a potential of paper bag entering the market. And substitutes. Say you're producing plastic bottles and another company who's producing glass bottles or aluminum cans can substitute. So the threat of substitutes. And the other one is the fifth one, the industry competitors. That means the rivalry among the existing firms. Say you're producing garments or t-shirts, and there are a lot of t-shirt manufacturers already in the market. The pressure they create in the market. So you can study this Michael Porter's 5-force model, and when explaining your competitors and the competition, you can use this model, and under each force you can understand the parties. Who are the suppliers and what type of bargaining power they have over your business? Who are your buyers? If it is another business, or if it is individual consumers or customers, and what type of bargaining power they have over your product or service, and potential entrants. So likewise, you can analyze your industry threats, industry forces, using this Michael Porter's 5 forces model, other than just saying that one is a competitor, this one is a competitor, that company is a competitor, likewise. Otherwise, just saying like that, you can use this model. And very carefully, you can analyze the industry forces. And that will attract more attention, right? And more marks in your business proposal. So, hope it is very clear to you all. And then we are moving to the examples. So here, the direct competitors, taking the same example of the pet care setup. So Yas Pet Care and Boarding in the area, Jayala provides professional services such as grooming, daycare, and boarding. And there's another one. So likewise, the direct competitors and the other forces you can explain here. And when you use the competitor analysis, you can use this type of a model as well. Now here, what you see on the screen is a competitor analysis for a hand wash. So they are producing a hand wash and they are comparing the other hand washes available in the market, like Dettol, Lifebuoy, Dreamron, My Choice, Velvet, Sari. And in comparing these competitors and the competitor products, they have taken certain product parameters. They are comparing the competitors under several parameters like price, volume, location, ownership, brand image, target group, packaging. Likewise, under several parameters, they have compared the competitors. So in your one also, in your proposal also, you can use this type of a model to compare your competitors and their prices with yours. So that type of clear competitor analysis comparatively, right? So better it's done comparatively. So when you do it with this type of a table comparatively, the person who go through your proposal can very easily understand who are the competitors and what type of competition is created there. And that will attract more attention to your proposal and even more marks to your assignment as a business proposal. The next, to build a simple financial plan for your business proposal. So in this financial plan, you have to explain what type of expenses you have to do, initial expenses, recurring expenses, what type of capital you need, and what type of income that you predict. And remember, please make sure in most of the proposals of the students, when students are asked to write a business proposal as an assignment, the common mistake they do is when they prepare the financial plan, they put financial figures, what they get into their mind. For example, they will put some very large amount of rupee value to buy some furniture. But actually, there's furniture which you can buy at a very lower price. So please make sure when you put these financial figures, don't put whatever the financial figures that you get into your mind. Do some search, do a small survey and see what is happening in the market. For example, if you want to put up a small retail shop and you want to rent a place, and now in your proposal, you have to put the rent for the place or the room. You have a chat with few of the people who do this type of business and ask how much you pay for the place, how much rent you pay for the place, how much money you pay for your workers, how much money you spend for your furniture. Likewise, you have a chat, you have a small survey with this type of people and get the real figures. And put these real figures in your financial plan. Don't put just artificial figures as you think, as you feel. So then if you put artificial figures as you think, the person who reads through your business proposal feel this is something artificially done. This is not genuine work. This has been done for the sake of doing. And in an examination, there's a chance for you to lose mark. And in a real situation, there's a chance to remove your proposal from the next steps. So please make sure when you build up this business financial plan, try to speak to people who do similar type of business and try your level best to put the real figures, which is currently in the market. So hope this advice will work to you to make a very attractive business proposal. And then next, examples. See, the estimated expenses. The expense category, few examples, right, for the financial plan. Maintenance, professional staff salaries, clerical and support staff salaries, estimated monthly cost, and the annual cost. And here moving forward, the revenue, predicted revenue. Say the same example, the dog daycare services, the prices, estimated monthly income, and estimated annual income. Right? So likewise, so as I told you, as I repeated few times, make sure that you do a survey and put real closer market values in preparing this financial data or the financial plan, mini financial plan, better to say. And the next one is under the financial plan. Try to put your salaries and wages also. Try to put your salaries and wages also. So put your job titles, the predicted positions, the number of positions, how much you plan to pay per person, and monthly payment and annually payment. And here also, when you put the salary plan for your workers, make sure you don't put very extreme values, don't put very under values. Again, do a small market survey and search how much you pay for a sales executive, how much averagely you pay for a storekeeper. So likewise, again, do a small market survey. You talk to those people who are practically running business and get those figures and try to put a real, acceptable and actual value, which is there already in the market. Right. The next point is in your proposal, you have to include an outline marketing plan. So here you have to mention how you plan to price your product or service, how you plan to position, right? That means how you plan to, fit your product or service into the market, and how you plan to promote it, what channels that you use to communicate your message, to communicate your business message to the society. And the profit, how much do you expect to make profit from single item or single selling? And the place, your sales outlets. So here, if I show you a small example, the previous same thing, the animal care center, see the local advertising through magazines, newspapers, digital marketing through websites, right, to education contents, right? So likewise, how you plan to make your business popular among the society, and through what items, through what channels you are going to sell it, right? Now see, here's another example about a hand wash. So here it says the type of the range of the hand wash and the volume, price, the refill volume, price, etc. So that's about marketing your product from the price, right, the place, etc. You have to explain here your marketing plan. And the next one is your operation plan. The operation plan means what are the steps you follow in running the business, how you operate it. For example, if you talk about a garment factory, first you have to purchase garments, cloth, then you have to store it, then you have to cut them, sew them, pack them. Likewise, there are steps. So here, operation means the main steps that you follow in your business, that you have to explain in your business proposal. So if I show you few example with regard to the same previous business, pet care, see the facility setup. Clean boarding spaces with separate areas for vet care. And veterinary services, general daily checkups, vaccinations, emergency care. So these are in point forms, but in your proposal, you have to explain them in detail, right? So here in slides, I'm just telling you for you to understand in point form. But when you write up your actual business proposal for the assignment, you have to explain these things in detail, right? And the third one, the dog care services, boarding, daycare, grooming, and training of dogs, pets. So that is also done by these setups. Right? So operational plan, you have to explain the next. And the next one is getting the right people. Getting the right people. That is also about the human resource plan. You need some amount of people to work in your business. And here you have to work out what type of people you need and how many people you need. And then you have to decide what type of skills you are looking at, what type of duties and responsibilities are entrusted to them, and how you can find them in the market. Simply what we call the people plan or the human resource plan. So here's an example called the manpower requirement. So there you have to explain the recruitment methods and sources. How we are going to recruit them? Is it through the newspaper? Is it through the top jobs? Is it through the websites? From where are you? Or is it through word by mouth? The sources of recruitment and the talent required, right? What type of talent is required? The qualifications, skills, attitudes, right? And how you plan to interview them to get the best talent. So here there's an example, the positions, the main duties entrusted to those positions, and qualifications required. So those are the steps in a manpower requirement plan, but it's not limited to this. I'm just showing a small example only. And you can explain it in detail more than this. And the final point, of course, I highlighted this at the very beginning also. The final point out of the 7 points highlighted in writing a business plan in the CIPM guideline, the final point is insights, clarity, content, and simplicity of the plan, where 10 marks allocated. Remember, this is not a topic. This is not a topic in your business plan. This is the marks that allocated for the final touch or the final glory of your report, the appearance, clarity of your content, simplicity of your plan, the final glory of your report. We have allocated 10 marks. In certain reports, actually most of the reports we see, this also taken as a topic. This also has taken as a topic. So when this is taken as a topic, it's very clear the student has done the report without any understanding about the content. When we see this as a topic, we understand the student has not taken the real picture of the, the points or the content. So therefore, make sure that you don't include this as a topic, because this 10 marks is allocated for the final appearance, clarity, and very simplicity of your plan, or the final glory of your report. So this is what I explained at the very beginning as well, right? If we revisit the mark allocation structure, I said there are 7 points. Out of the 7 points, the first 6 points are the contents or the structure or the topics of the report. Whereas the final one, the insights, clarity, content, and simplicity of the plan, these 10 marks, is not the content of the report. This is a mark allocation for the final glory of the report. So hope it is clear to all. And see, in certain reports, we see certain students, simplicity in planning is also taken as a topic, right? So I told you earlier as well, the simplicity, clarity, this mark allocated for the final touch, your final appearance. So for the finally, the glory of your report, we have allocated these 10 marks. And certain students, that one also they have taken as the 10th, another topic in their report, which is very wrong. And when we see that you have taken this one as a topic, then it's very clear to us that you have not done this with an understanding. It's very clear that you have not done it with a good idea. So that's a great mistake that many people do, many students do. Maybe due to English problems, or maybe due to certain students try to copy, right? Or maybe due to use of too much internet like AI. But however, it's wrong. And finally, additionally, if you wish only, you can attach a business registration copy like this into your business registration copy when you make it as an assignment. So this is additional, right? You can take a business registration copy, you can get a photocopy, and you can scan it and you can attach it as a additional effort to support your business proposal or the business plan assignment. And my final warning, in doing a business proposal or even any other assignment, please don't copy or please don't use artificial intelligence or AI. We have observed certain students use AI, and sometimes initially they use AI and again they use another humanizing AI to revert it to human touch. But however, those can be tracked and your copy rates are highlighted. So when your copy rates becomes too much, right, the students are more likely to, and here your AI rate also shown. So if it happens, you are more likely to get low marks, or sometimes your proposals, there's a chance to get rejected. So therefore, kindly don't use internet. Of course, you can refer internet, that's okay. But you have to study and write your proposals or write your case studies, assignments by yourself, right? That is the expected level of learning. So with that, we are concluding the session. So hope you get some idea about how to do your assignments, and especially how to do your business proposal assignment. So kindly refer this video clip or the demonstration before you do your assignments. And I hope you will get a good idea about on writing a business proposal at this stage at your diploma level as your second assignment. So keeping that in mind, we'll wind up. So thank you and wish you all the best.